My name's Marcia Spence and I'm a publisher, a writer and a woman, a mother, more importantly. So my talk was about motherhood and guilt, forgiving ourselves and forgiving our mothers and the generations before us. I spoke about the fact that before we were mothers, we were daughters, and our mothers were also daughters, and that along with motherhood, there's no such thing as a perfect mother, and so there are some issues that will impact us based upon the way we were mothered, and then we will make decisions along our motherhood journey that say that we carry some guilt about, because we could make some poor decisions. We could have been, we may not have noticed the need that our child had. But then as your children get older, I mean, even as young children sometimes try to vocalise how they feel about how they were parented. And then I think as they grow into adults, particularly my children are all adults now, and then they will start to tell you what their childhood was like. And for mothers, it can be difficult to hear, because we want to be doing the best that we can.
Of course.
But then Oprah has a saying that, particularly Oprah went through some abuse in her childhood, and she says that I think it was her grandmother said, or the way that Oprah reflected on it was that they did the best that they could with the resources that they had at the time. And so it's about not beating up on yourself if you've made a decision that later on you think, oh, I think I made the wrong decision for my child at this point. And so so speaking about that, and I reflected on a few situations with my own children where I have carried this or I've blamed myself for certain things, yet my children weren't. But as a mom, I reflect and think, oh my goodness, I could have done it differently. I could have done it better. I wish I didn't do it the way that I did it. And it's for us to just release ourselves. So then we did an affirmation, which was about us acknowledging that when we became mothers, often we weren't even healed from things from our own childhoods, and that we forgive ourselves for that, and also that we understand that we're still on a journey. And then we also did an affirmation which was about also forgiving our mothers and our grandmothers for any decisions they made that may have negatively impacted on us as children. And I based my talk around the principle of go back and get it, which is my book, my latest book, which is based on the principle of Sankofa, which means that you go back and you reach back into your past to take the gifts and take the talents and take everything that you need to move you forward. And one of the things that I advocate for is that to move yourself forward, we must go back and heal that inner child. So that's a journey I've been on for the last 2 years, and it has made significant impact on me, because now I know how to set boundaries. I actually love on myself much more, look after myself better. But also the fact that I've been on this healing journey. So I've been through therapy, support groups, I've loved on myself, I've had massage and lots of self-care. And so I am definitely healing, and it's made an impact on my family unit, my children, that the quality of experience within my family unit is so much better, because their mum's been healing her little girl that was inside her. And I think also for my relationship with my parents, it's been that there's been a lot more honesty, and I think it has also strengthened relationships in the family as a whole. And I finished my talk with saying that when we heal ourselves, we actually heal the generations before us and the generations after us. And it is important to find that healing that we need so then we can move forward and not carry so much guilt and shame about things that we've done.
Where can we buy your book?
Right, so the paperback is available on Amazon. It's I think it's $10.99 on Amazon. I think you can also get it on my website. So my website is marciapublishing.com. You can find me on social media as well. If you want signed copies, then you can find me on social media to get this book.
Oh, thank you so much. And I also...
It's also available in audiobook as well.
Oh, audiobook?
Yeah.
Is it a Kindle as well? Or?
Yeah, but it's not on Audible. It's on some other stores. It's on a store called All Sound, and it's on some other stores online as well. I can't remember what they are.
No, it's awesome, and I'm sure that if we follow the link,
yeah,
then we can find the other places where to buy it.
Yeah, or if you Google Marcia Spence, you'll find me. So it's not specifically about motherhood, but it's about definitely the woman, and it's definitely what it does. It talks about my journey to healing my inner child. So I wrote a book. My first book came out 10 years ago, which actually tells my story. That book's going to come out again sometime this year. That's called Geraldine's Pearl, and that's what that book started my journey. And this will help with you reflecting on, because this book is also a journal. Okay. So there are lots of, I'm just trying to find the journal pages, but there are journal pages. It takes you through, it's a bit like just things like a lesson on acceptance, no regrets, and then there's one about what Sankofa is. It tells my journey. What this book is really about, it's like a summary, but it's part of my story, but it's a book to guide anyone through reclaiming all your gifts, all your talents, your confidence, everything. Healing from past trauma, healing from anything around parent trauma, parent wounds, father and mother wounds, that we don't realise we still carry. I mean, I'm 58 now, and I was 56 when I started this particular journey, and I'm a grandmother and everything, but yet I still needed to heal that little Marcia that I thought she was properly healed, But then I noticed some patterns in me that I realised actually she needed more work, she needed more attention, that little girl did, so I gave her the attention, and it's been great.
I do agree with you, we're definitely all on a journey, and it doesn't matter what age you are, we all can we all need to be fully healed, and we need to keep working on ourselves.
We do, yeah. And even if it's, even if you don't become a mum, but even if it's about like going into a relationship, it takes two healed people and two whole people to make a really successful relationship. Because I've been married twice, and I wondered why I would go get into relationships and then I would, after a bit, just want to get out of it, because I'm like, no, this is not healthy, it's toxic. But I realised it wasn't, I was feeling like I was just attracting or accepting toxic men. But actually I realised that I myself had toxicity because I wasn't healed either myself, and so I needed to go on that healing journey.
Oh, this is awesome. Thank you so much for speaking to me.
Oh, it's been great.
Is there a final thing you'd like to say to the listeners of the Gospel Show?
Yeah. Just to say, you are never too old, and it is never too late to go back and get it, to go back and get those gifts and those talents that you need to move you forward. And as it's a gospel show, part of my journey also in this last couple of years has been really, really deeply connecting further in my Christian faith as well. and that was important for me to get my spiritual life activated further.